What is going on, YouTube? PPS back. It is the 24th of February coming at you guys. YouTube play of the daytime. Coming after another sweep. We got another sweep yesterday. It was scary, definitely scary. Let's talk about that. First, before we get into everything, if you guys could, before we start, could you smash that like button for your boy here? And we will get it rolling for today. Heading into our first one, Pepperdine, love them. Santa Clara, Pepperdine, fly over this number. Pace was fantastic. Fouling was exactly what we expected. 3-point shooting was there, and then all the fouls at the end really made things go our way. In Gonzaga, I truly don't know how. I honestly stopped. There was only 20 points in the first 8 minutes of this game, and they still found a way to clear this number on the last putback of the first half. Not saying I was owed this, but we had the Oral Roberts team total yesterday, and they didn't score for the last 5 minutes. So I feel like those kind of matched out. Luckily, this one was a free play for you guys, and you guys got to enjoy that win as well. I'm very excited to break down another spot for you guys tonight. If you guys could hit that like button, and let's get started. Want to make sure we get this out. 37-31, a little bit over 3 units. We had the back-to-back wins, and then obviously the double loss on the 2 shows ago. So still trucking along, still trying to get to that 5 to 10 unit spot here. So first play, only play, James Madison, first half minus 8.5 over on FanDuel. Let me pull up my screen so you guys can see it here. And we will kind of break down this spot here. I'm on 8.5 minus 110 here for James Madison. And James Madison has kind of been that team that has really taken over for me. Them and obviously Marshall have been fantastic for me this season. I loved their last game. Their last game was so much fun to watch them against each other. And obviously I expect to see some pretty big numbers again tonight from them. James Madison plays Georgia State today. Georgia State, 324th adjusted offense, middle of the pack adjusted defense, and middle of the pack in terms of pace. James Madison, they are 167th in adjusted offense. They actually play pretty good defense at 65th best in the country, and a top 40 pace here as well. So that obviously goes a long way. What I really like was just how well James Madison did in their first matchup in the first game of the season in conference play. 63-47. This was just an absolute brick fest on the Georgia State side. I just like the ability for James Madison to still find a way to cover this spread. They were a 5-point favorite because obviously people weren't expecting them to be as good as they were. And they ended up covering this number pretty handedly, only shooting 3 for 14 from 3. On the season, they shoot 37% from 3 at home. They're a much better home team than road team, as is most of these spots that we're going to. Georgia State on the road this season averages 26. You heard me right, 26 points per game. And James Madison's averaging around 41. I think this pace on the James Madison side will definitely help them get enough possessions to cover this number a little bit earlier, because obviously we hate being at like that 7 to 8 right at the end only, right? We want to get that about halfway through and then have them chip away, keep working, and obviously get to that double-digit mark to give us a little less sweat. This is the last game of the season for these guys in the conference. This is probably their senior night, I would assume, as it is their last home game. And I just been looking at this Georgia State team, and they have really been struggling in every sense of the word, right? Georgia State is last in the conference. They really haven't been able to do too much. They're 10-19 on the season. James Madison obviously sitting in that 4th spot in their conference, and they need to keep these wins coming, especially with that conference tournament around there. They have the ability to move up or down with a win or a loss today. They're in 4th, but they're only 2 games back from 1st and only 1 game back of 3rd here with Louisiana sitting in that 3rd spot. So important game here. James Madison has the advantage pretty much everywhere you go. And on the season, they are 22nd in the country in terms of points per game at 81. And I really just like the ability for them to shoot their 3 ball. I like that they were still able to cover without shooting well, and they were able to still shut down Georgia State defensively. So really like this spot. I know it is a little bit bigger number than James Madison probably should be getting, but I think that they've shown throughout this season that they have the ability to cover against these weaker opponents. And I really like the spot for James Madison. So rolling with this, only play of the day. Make sure you tune in to Pass the Prop starting in about 30 minutes from this recording. So hopefully we'll be able to get this out before that starts. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck. And we're back and ready for it on Pass the Prop here in a bit.